Welcome back to our channel. Today we have something truly exceptional to talk about, the McIntosh MHA200 vacuum tube headphone amplifier. Let's dive in. McIntosh is no stranger to the world of high-performance audio, and they've been delighting music lovers for nearly 75 years. The build and sound quality of these American-made components have been legendary for decades. Now, if you're ever in Binghamton, New York, the time for a factory tour is well worth it. Now, they've taken their expertise to the realm of headphone amplifiers, and the MHA200 brings a new twist to McIntosh headphone amps with its all-tube design and balanced inputs and outputs. Alright, let's dive into the design and build quality of this beauty. Now, first of all, the build quality is exactly what you'd expect from the team in Binghamton. It's just top-notch and designed to last for decades. Now, the MHA200 sports a compact footprint, measuring 6 1/8 inch by 9 1/8 inch. And if you're familiar with McIntosh's classic tube amplifiers like the MC275 and MC1502, you'll instantly recognize the signature McIntosh aesthetic. In fact, the MHA200 looks like a miniature version of the MC1502. It's just that iconic. Crafted with meticulous attention to detail, this amp features a polished stainless steel chassis, proudly displaying the McIntosh logo on the side. On the left, you'll find two output transformers and a power transformer, while on the right side it houses 4 tubes with a cage included to protect from any prying fingers. And when you power up the MHA200, those tubes come to life with a mesmerizing green glow. Now, in terms of controls, it's pretty straightforward yet versatile. The left knob lets you adjust impedance settings to match your headphones, while the right knob handles the volume control. Plus, the MHA200 has you covered in terms of connectivity. It offers a pair of 3-pin balanced XLR connectors, a 4-pin balanced XLR connector, and a 1/4-inch stereo headphone jack, making it compatible with virtually any type of headphone connector out there. So, what is a tube headphone amp? In its most simplest form and most pure form, the entire audio path would be all tubes. Musicians, music lovers, and audiophiles love the sound of tubes for their pure, warm sound. The MHA200 is an all-tube design that uses a pair of 12 AT7 vacuum tubes to amplify the incoming audio signal, with another pair of 12 BH7A tubes to provide the power to drive the output to your headphones with low distortion. The output stage is a push-pull pure Class A triode design, as you might see in some ultra-expensive lower-power tube power amplifiers. It is the only headphone amp with the unity-coupled output transformers and the push-pull configuration. Now, I should point out that the MHA200 is all analog with no built-in DAC like some headphone amps, so you'll need to feed it a source. You'll find a pair of balanced audio inputs and a pair of RCA inputs that can be used to send a signal to the MHA200. Now, if you want to switch between sources, we suggest you get a preamp, integrated amplifier, or receiver to do the switching. You can then feed the outputs from your preamp, integrated, or receiver to the inputs. And for those of you with a preamp or integrated amp with balanced outputs, we highly recommend you use that type of connection, as the MHA200 has XLR inputs. It also has a pair of RCA inputs for a normal connection as well. Now, let's talk about impedance and power. If you've gotten the audio bug for better headphones, you probably have learned that they greatly vary in their impedance. Some of them have very high impedances, which makes them harder to drive. Well, the MHA200 has settings for 32 ohms, 100 ohms, 250 ohms, and 600 ohms, which cover pretty much every headphone that we know of. Now, what's really interesting about the MHA200 is its power and distortion rating. It's rated to deliver 500 milliwatts of power at 0.5% distortion at all impedance levels. 500 milliwatts is enough power for any headphone far beyond extremely high listening levels. You may see other headphone amps with lower distortion, but we don't know any that keep their distortion spec at full power and at all impedance levels like the MHA200. The volume control knob is a little different and takes some getting used to. Now, it has a center detent if you've connected up your preamp or integrated amp using a variable output, giving you a reference point to return to. Now, in our testing, it doesn't get very loud at all until you approach about the 12 o'clock position. And at first, we had a hard time fine-tuning the small knob to the right level when we had a source directly connected to it. We soon discovered a key trick though. If you pinch the knob and place a finger or thumb on the center of it, you'll find it very easy to fine-tune the volume levels to your tastes. Alright, so how does this sound? Well, the MHA200 sound just blew us away. We had it in a system with the Macintosh C22 preamp and tested both vinyl and streaming sources. The headphones we tried it with were the Focal Clear MG, Focal Stylia, and Audeze LCD-X's. Now we compared the very good headphone circuit on the C22 and the MHA200, and there was just no comparison. Some people think Macintosh Tube Gear leans towards a warm, lush sound, but the Class A trial design gives the MHA200 what we felt was an extremely neutral sound. We played tracks we had used for headphone testing hundreds of times and heard new layers in the mix that we've actually never even heard before. Subtle emotion changes in instruments and voices that we used to hear strain in some passages were clearer and more present than we've ever experienced them. Now, what was also very interesting was how going all balanced made a huge difference. The only headphones we had with an optional balanced cable were the Audeze LCD-X's. When we switched from the 1/4-inch cable to the 4-pin XLR balanced connection, it was like a whole nother veil was lifted. They sounded far more effortless and at ease, and you could easily hear some layers that were barely audible with the non-balanced. Using balanced inputs made a similar difference, but was not as big as using balanced cables for the headphones. Another interesting side effect of its great performance was how different these three headphones sounded to us. Obviously, you would expect them to be a little bit different, but the amount of information the MHA200 could deliver to them, the differences between them shone through more than we have ever heard before. Alright, the MHA200 is the best headphone amplifier that we've heard to date. If you have a serious pair of headphones, there is no question you will love it, and it will let you hear them to the very fullest potential. While it's not inexpensive, it is built to last for decades, and in the world of high-performance headphone amplifiers, you can certainly pay a lot more. Alright, I hope this brief overview of the MHA200 has helped you understand what an amazing product it is. Now, we spend hours in our lab testing many products, and we're confident that you will be impressed with this one. If you have more questions, reach out to our team of experts via phone, email, or chat with us at audioadvice.com. And if you're interested in purchasing the MHA200 or any other audio or video gear, when you buy from Audio Advice, you're buying from a trusted seller since 1978. We offer free shipping, lifetime expert support, and our price guarantee. And if you do purchase your MHA200 from Audio Advice, our experts are here to help you set it up every step of the way. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. It also helps us continue to make videos like these, so we really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy listening.